Hello everybody, welcome back again and thank you for joining me as I'm gonna ramble on about some of my Hot Wheels cars. Now I have been to the shop recently, only to one, even though we have a couple of them in my town, and there were a lot of bins full of cars and I did have some time to go through them, although I was a little disappointed when I didn't really find anything new except this Jeep right over here and this Cadillac. Is it a Cadillac? It is a Cadillac. I did talk about this car before. I thought about picking it up, but I didn't until yesterday. Because yeah, I just thought like I saw a whole lot of them in the bins and I just thought it's interesting, it might be nice to have, and I do like the design, so I did pick it up. I didn't see this one before, however, this 1988 Jeep Wagoneer. I honestly didn't notice this one before. I don't know why, maybe because there were just way too many brand new cars that came out at the time. But this time I did notice it, and I'm so happy that the box is in such a mint condition. Like honestly, it doesn't, well, it does have a couple of scuffs here and there, especially on the corners down here, as you can see, but nothing serious, luckily. So I did pick it up because I do like the sort of 90s looking, even though it's 88, but it's pretty much almost the 90s already. I do like the 90s aesthetic of this Jeep, not the car itself too much. Like when I look at the car, obviously I didn't see anything like this in real life, I don't think. Definitely never stood out to me or anything like that. This is the kind of car that I imagine that I would see in like a movie or a sitcom from the 90s, that like the rich family drives. For some reason they live in the suburbs, but they need to have a huge Jeep, which is sort of the situation today, except the SUVs today don't really like to go off-road as much as these did. But I do like the livery of this one. It seems to be also modified with like a LED light bar up there on the roof, some extra lights, although I imagine the Jeep probably offered these lights or similar lights to these from the factory as like an option or something. A big functional winch in the front, and also some couple extra more lights in the front as well. Although the model itself is not hugely detailed, like it does have all the features that it shows on the card. It's got that light bar, but it's colored like the body of the car, and the front of the car is colored like the underbody of the car. Although we do have some nice details going on, I think, in the bottom over here. And overall, if I imagine that if somebody is a fan of off-roading or off-road vehicles, and they might like this very much. Personally, I like the livery, and I really like the wheels that they chose to put on this particular Jeep. I do like it a lot, and I really like this like 90s looking purple-ish color. Even the green works with it, I think. So yeah, that's my reason why I picked it up. I honestly, like I said before, did not notice it before. I don't know why. I guess it just didn't stand out to me. But this time, I decided to pick it up, so I did. As I did with this one. These are basically the only two new cars that I picked up. This one is a part of the Rod Squad lineup. It is a really long custom Cadillac Fleetwood. I have no idea about the year of this car. I imagine 50s or early 60s America, something like that. And it really, like from first glance, it just seems like something Cruella de Vil would drive in 101 Dalmatians. Maybe she actually even did. I just remember from that show that like she always used to pull up in like a really long, like a comically long car from like the 50s or something. Actually, I think that's when the show took place originally, the cartoon. She called it a cartoon, not a show. Yeah, this one did stand out to me for some reason. I imagine it was mostly the nostalgia, but honestly, this is my first time looking at the underside of the car. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like this on purpose or if if that was some kind of mistake, but like I've never seen such thin wheels on a Hot Wheels car ever. Maybe on like a drag car or something, but why they chose to put such thin wheels on this one, I have no clue. And I also feel like the back wheels, actually, yeah, they are different from the front wheels. The front wheels look like steel wheels, like factory steel wheels or something like that. Why they have 3 lug nuts, I can't imagine. But yeah, such a weird looking car, isn't it? I mean, and it's like an open top kind of thing situation going on, and only the driver, like only the co-driver has the side covered. I wonder how that works and why that's there. Honestly, I do like the color combination. I gotta say, the black and this shade of green, it does go together. Even those thick white stripes and that couple of black ones. It does work. I don't want to say that they could have done better because everything could have been better. Of course, it's just a personal opinion over here. I think it does work, but I can definitely imagine this car with like different colors. Maybe it's supposed to look like evil or something. That's what I'm thinking. If it wasn't supposed to look like that, they probably would have made it like white or purple or something like that, maybe yellow. Who knows? But it does interest me. I gotta look this up later after the video because it says here that they had been making this model since 2012, so it definitely came out in different versions. I just don't know which ones, because this lineup that came out just now is my first sight of this car itself. So I do wonder how else it came out, like what other color combinations there are. And yeah, those were the only two new cars that I picked from the shop last time. And I was about to go sort my Hot Wheels boxes because I need to make better arrangements over there in my wardrobe. And yeah, I opened my European box. That was the first one that I came across. And the first two cars that I honestly picked up were this Golf and this Lambo Cian FKP 37. Now I have absolutely no idea what FKP stands for. I never looked that up. But I definitely also forgot that I actually have this car. It's really cool to see a Lamborghini in my collection. The only thing pretty much I know about this Lambo is that it also came out as a Lego. Like, I think it was a part of the Lego Technics lineup. A little like the Lego Technic sort of thing. You know what I mean. It's not a classic Lego, it's a Lego Technic, I think. It was very expensive. I'm pretty sure they still sell it. I think it was like a year or 2 years ago that it came out, maybe even further or maybe even longer ago, perhaps. And yeah, I just saw that Lego sets all over the place, and a lot of people were buying it as gifts or just for themselves because it does look super cool. And it was also very expensive, like, or something around 300 euros, I believe. So yeah, that would definitely be cool to have. But all I have is this Lambo, which is surprisingly highly detailed in my opinion. It's got the Lamborghini logo on the front, it's got the headlights and the backlights, and it even says Cian on the back of the license plate. Nothing on the underside, but I imagine that that's how it is in real life for aerodynamic purposes as well. So yeah, I surprised myself by finding this one in my collection. I totally forgot that I had it. I don't have the Lego set. It's not like I need a Lego set, honestly, because Lego sets are cool, but they eventually just catch up. They eventually just end up catching dust on my shelf. So yeah, that's cool. At least this one can stay dust-free in a box of Vans shoes in my wardrobe. So yeah, and now I'm coming to my last car over here. It's a tuned Volkswagen Golf Mark 1. It is really cool. I was so happy to see this when it came out. It just looks so funky. Absolutely love this tuned lineup of cars. They are super cool. I wish I had all of them, but I definitely am missing a couple of them. Now, one reason why the Golf Mark 1 is special to me is because my godfather had one when he was much younger, and it was one of his first cars. He had the 1.6 diesel version. I remember whenever he started the car, the windows were shaking because he had like a straight pipe thing going on it or something like that. It was crazy, but it was really cool to see. He had it in like a golden metallic color. I'm not sure if it came like that from the factory or if he just decided to paint it like that himself. But yeah, my godfather is the one who actually got me into cars. Me and him, we are the only people in my entire family who are interested in cars. So he got me into that. And now here I am collecting Hot Wheels cars. So yeah, that's something that I do at 30. But yeah, it's fun. And I do love these tuned cars. I do like this Golf a lot. It's, like I said, funky. Again, I don't know how else to describe it. And yes, one of my favorite lineups. I wonder which ones I'm missing. I'm never gonna have really the opportunity to find those in the shop again. So I'm just gonna keep on collecting new ones. And I do hope that they bring something like this back, because it's like a caricature of the car itself. And I really love that idea. Really love to see this. I do like the German sort of looking livery. It's got the German flag colors over here, yellow, black, and red. I do like the yellow window tint. It just looks really nice. And yeah, that is the last one that I wanted to show you today. So thank you to anybody who's been watching. I hope you're doing fine. And I'll talk to you next time. Thank you again.